Yep, loud and clear.
Welcome back to the Backseat Drivers podcast. I am your one of your hosts, Alan, and this is Mar, down in the blue, and we're gonna talk Miami today. Excuse me if my voice sounds a little weird or if I cough or something like that. I am starting to get sick. It's the joys of being a father. So, but what's the first thing on your mind with this GP? Like what stands out the most to you that you want to get right into it?
Because I watch the races differently than everybody else, to me was the fact that Williams shed half of its weight and now all of a sudden they're in the points.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder, if they shed the other half, are they going to be like
top four?
That's exactly what I wrote. I was like,
Yeah.
are they top four contenders if they get all that weight down?
That's
Are they
what I
actually a better team than Alpine? The only difference is Alpine got their weight a little bit more under control. That's my biggest
do you think
what
that
if?
do you think that Gasly would have been up there also if he didn't get taken out by Lawson?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You think
for sure,
so?
because I think he's faster than Colapinto. So yeah.
Yeah, that's actually valid now that I think about that part, because he has been consistently faster too. It's not just like a one-off. But that was one of the biggest things that I wrote down was happy to. It was the second thing I wrote down when I was watching the race. I was like, Colapinto, Sainz, Albon, 8th through 10th. I'm happy to see it. I'm like, that's cool for all the teams, even Alpine, even Flavio's bitch ass. Like, it's still cool, you know, that they're making headway like that. I was very happy as far as Albon and them, but I didn't like that they just never seemed to. I feel like all three of those stayed there from like lap 27, lap 30, all the way to the end. They just all stayed there. The gaps didn't get closer or further. The midfield racing, this race for me was super boring. Like it didn't really seem like there was much there for after like the first screw ups of like Max spinning off and all of the drama that happened. Like once the dust settled, it was a super boring race in the middle for me anyway. I didn't really see anything good.
I'll touch on why that was like that. I mean, regulations changed, so they have less battery power, but they have battery power for longer.
Yeah.
Which is what they were testing in Japan.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about how the culprit of that was the fact that Bortoleto, or Behrman, one of those two, had the accident.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because of such a big difference in speeds, because he ran out of battery juice and the other car was hauling ass behind him. But this is what the regulations did, which is like, to me, it's kind of like this is what people are advocating for, so that we can just watch 40 laps of like nobody moving,
no one doing
not
shit.
not even Pat yo-yoing, like. Basically, it changed it back into what last year's last 10 races were.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened. We only got to see the action out in front and in the pit strategies.
Yep.
Like, that's what happened. And whoever fucking says that, that's not what happened. Like, what? We came from 3 races of like 80-something passes, action
all over.
And then it's like, and now you just made it so that the top 4 are top 4 again, and the midfield just stays in the midfield again. Everybody's just following their little line, and then you get like the 1 or 2 that has a better car that fell further down the line, and because they have a better car, they're coming through the traffic, through the field. But like, that didn't. You just reverted us.
Maybe that's what it was, honestly, because when I was watching, I caught myself kind of like dozing off. I'm not even kidding. I was sitting on the couch and sitting. I wasn't even laying. I was sitting on the couch, and towards the end, I was just like, there was probably like 20 laps left, and in my head, I was like, this is how it's gonna end unless something crazy happens, which it did, right at the very, very end. But like,
yeah,
I was bored, man. I was like, even up front, there wasn't really a whole lot happening. I mean, Lando was switching on and off with Charles and like everybody, but it was like, oh, Lando overtook him here. I know that Charles is going to get it back on the next one, and he would. And then they would just sit there and do that dance the whole time. But the rest of the field felt like last season, I think. That's the best way to put it. It did feel like last season. I was bored.
We went back to 2025.
Where in the other races that have happened, the other 3, you could have clicked on any driver POV and been in the middle of something. You would have clicked on Colapinto and he would have been battling with Gasly or with Lawson or with somebody, and Lindblad, he'd be up there too. Yep. And everybody was in their own little. It was like cliques, right? So there was like the back end of the field, and they had their battles throughout the whole time, and it was the same. Midfield had all of their battles happen too, and now it was just like. I don't know. I think we're beating a dead horse. It sucked. I thought Miami was super boring. This, other than the very beginning and the very end, it was kind of like, cool, I guess.
Yeah, we went back in time, for sure. We went back in time.
I did want to touch on one thing. Verstappen not randomly, but it looked like Red Bull was back for a second. And then the spin out at the very beginning, I was like, this isn't
that was crazy.
This isn't a Max Verstappen thing to do, to spin out on the second turn, I guess. You know what I mean? Like it's weird to see. And so when I saw that, I was like, what upgrades did they do, or what changes did they make, or was it just simply because it had rained a little bit throughout the weekend that he didn't have enough traction? You know what I mean?
No.
Like, I've not him spinning out in general. He spun out all season, but like on the first couple turns, that's unheard of for Max.
I think that the thing with Max is that I think he got a little overzealous. Like he was like, "Ooh, I'm right there. Like, I'm back, baby."
Yeah.
And then he saw like Ja Rule in Fast and Furious, Monica, and then like he tried to catch up and he was offline. He was already going sideways when he tried to like haul ass, and it just went out from under him. I think that's what it was. He was just overzealous because he felt like, I'm back, and then which the car is in a way better place now. I mean, he made it back to like 4th place or 5th place. And in the previous races, there was no way in hell he was going to do that. He was going to get stuck behind someone in the battery train, and that was it.
Yeah, and I don't know. It was just really weird to see. Like, when it was happening, I was like, okay, maybe Red Bull's back. And then he spun out, and I was like, okay, guess not. They're still spinning out. You know what I mean? But I just didn't know what even caused it. I the only thing I could think of was like maybe the tires weren't up to temp. But then, along with the Red Bull topic that I want to have, is I want to jump right into our biggest loser today.
Okay.
For me, the biggest loser today was Hajar. I was like, ooh. How do you know what I mean? Like, you're P6 or whatever, and then DQ, and now you're at the back, and then almost right away, you're out. You fucking hit that corner from just a overzealous. You tried to get a little too close and you bounced off, and then you're just done. Like, he was I think insanely unlucky at first, and then all of the pressure of everything else and how all the other chips landed, it just, I don't know why he made that mistake of getting way too close to that corner. But even when he was about to hit it, I was like, oh shit. And then when he hit it, I was like, yep, there it is.
I think Hajar is the biggest loser today too, but I don't think it's because he made that mistake. I think it's because the car is, and all you haters out there, come at me, but the car is again in Max Verstappen's favor. Like, out of nowhere, they were equally the same, and then out of nowhere in this race, Max is like way above, and Hadjar is struggling to get back through the field, and he's so eager about it that he just miscalculates. I mean, it was like centimeters. 2 centimeters to the right, and he would have been clean. And he was cooking, like he was hauling ass.
He was.
You know, he was coming up good. So, but then again, we go back to like we got to give it 3 or 4 more races, and we're gonna start to see the differences between Hadjar and Max even more, because that car is starting to lean in to Max
towards
again.
Max. I really felt like it was just unlucky that the downforce was high enough on his to make him get DQ, but not Max's. You know what I mean? So the setup was different for them for sure.
You mean for the sprint?
Well, yeah, but isn't that why he got DQ'd anyways? Because his floor had too much wear on it, the skid plate.
Yeah, he was too low to the ground. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So I think it's just kind of weird. Usually when that happens,
it's both of them.
It's both. The setup was too low, but Max wasn't. So.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna give Red Bull the benefit of the doubt and say they were testing different setups.
Yeah,
cars,
I mean, yeah.
You know, but I saw today that the car was a lot more into Max's driving style, which is why he was up there, and which is why like he got voted driver of the day. Which to me, I don't think that's enough. Like, not from a 4-time world champion. That's not enough to get voted driver of the day. So I want to move into that.
Yeah.
For me, now that we got who the biggest loser of the day was, for me the driver of the day for me was Colapinto. My boy stayed. He didn't mess up. He got points for Alpine because Gasly was out. He did what he had to do to get points. Because before, it was just Gasly. Gasly had Colapinto and Alpine on his back. But then the guy gets plowed into by, like, fucking Lawson, dude. Like, I don't understand.
I still don't know why he's here, bro. Oh. Him and Stroll need to both get the fuck out of here, bro.
I'll give him a little bit of leeway because I did see how the car, like, stalled out on him and he couldn't turn it anymore. And that's why he ended up hitting him, which is kind of like what happened to Leclerc. His Macarena wing didn't flip up in time. And then it closed immediately, and that's why, like, what's his face came up on him, and out of that desperation, you know, he flipped and hit the wall, whatever. Anyway, that's beside the point. But I think Colapinto had a solid race, and that's what Alpine needed with only having one car on the thing. They needed those points.
They did need those points, but to me, the real driver of the day should be Leclerc. He was fighting, dude. He was fighting the entire time and still was up there in subpar machinery.
No.
Lewis is in P7, bro, this entire time. What is Lewis the one that's testing the new material or what?
No, they got the same upgrades. So that speaks even worse of Lewis.
What I'm saying, though, is I think that there's something to be said when you're sitting there fighting for your position the entire time and you're able to do it. Hats off to Kimi for holding. I mean, I know Norris ain't shit, but he was holding up back Norris the entire time, all the way up until.
I think McLaren's going to make it interesting.
No, the conversation isn't if I think McLaren's worth a shit or not. I'm just saying Lando as a driver himself is like, some days he's okay. Some days you're like, why are you even here? But today was one of the days that he was actually in the middle.
No, he was on. He was on it today.
No, I don't know if he was.
You want to know how I know he was on? Because Oscar was. Where was Oscar?
Nowhere to be seen for a while. Yeah.
Where was Oscar?
But either way, I mean, they did finish P2, P3. But I'm just saying. Look, going back to the topic, right? Leclerc was brawling the whole time. Management of tires, management of energy, everything was like he had to be on, and Ferrari had to be on, and they almost screwed his ass twice. Right? Like they pit him out of nowhere, And he was even pissed that they pit him. And then what was the other thing that they fucking did? First it was that pit strategy. And then I can't remember what else I thought I had it written down right here. I can't remember what it was, but they literally almost screwed him over twice. Oh, first they box him in the middle of a random ass thing. And then during the box, they take for fucking ever.
It took 1 extra second. It's not that big a deal. 1 extra second.
In F1, an extra second is a lot.
Yeah, but
we're dealing with tenths and eighths.
Are we saying that the reason why Leclerc didn't have a good race is because of Ferrari? Just say it. Is it team?
No.
It's the team.
It's everything put together, but he did his damn job, dude, to be up there. And then, like I said, at the very end, it was like, something happened he had damage in his suspension or something. I can't remember what they said it was, but it almost just seemed like the damn car turned off. Like,
no, he.
How do you go from P3 to what was it, P6?
P6, yeah.
And then
Max got ahead of him right at the end.
And then they give him a damn penalty. A 20-second penalty because his car malfunctioned and he was off the road trying to get back on.
Yeah, because
now he's in P9 or some shit like that. The rules
say that if you cannot maintain like a good speed, you have to park it. Like
I get that, but that's why I'm saying that he's a damn, like, he was the driver of the day. He was almost there, literally, and then the car took a shit.
I don't necessarily agree with that because how do you have the launch that you have and then end up losing the race anyways?
Who?
Leclerc. I mean, I watched the launch at the beginning of the race, and he was like over a second ahead of Norris and Antonelli. And then, so like for me, Ferrari's like something's going on with those cars. They haven't gotten it back yet. They don't know what they're doing. Honestly, to me, Hamilton is like, bro, just retire. Just retire. Because they're making you look even worse. That car isn't helping you. Like, you got all the upgrades, just as Leclerc did, and you looked the same. It looked like his car didn't change in the 4 races that they've had. Leclerc's car looked like it got a little faster. But Hamilton's car, I don't know what to think anymore. Because even he was stating that, oh yeah, you know, the upgrades are really nice and everything, but bro, what's going on? Like, race day, you're not there. You should have been there. You should have been 4th. Especially with the launch those Ferraris get. There should be no reason you're down in like 7th.
I will say there is something to be said about what you're saying, but I'm always going to be a Hamilton fan, but
But where is he?
That's the problem is it's been
Kim Kardashian, you need to like leave our boy alone.
Well, that's one of the damn things, right? Is everyone said that there's the Ferrari curse and there's also a Kim Kardashian curse. So they were hoping it was going to cancel. They were hoping it was going to they were hoping it was going to cancel each other out. But I think it's looking like it's just making it worse, to be honest. But I'm starting to run out of how to defend you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I need you to, I really, it's been a really hard, since 2022 and up, it's been a really hard journey for a Hamilton fan. And this year, it's like, you guys were both doing good. You guys were both finishing within one place of each other for the most part. And it was like battling with each other. So you were right there with each other. So what the hell happened?
What happened?
That's what I want to know. Are you sure they both got the upgrades? Are you sure that?
Yeah, they both came out and they both were speaking about it and saying that the car felt really good. And then it's like, come race day, come sprint day.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it was a sprint or quali where Lewis was saying that he didn't get what he expected out of the car.
Yeah. So it's like, why, like, you guys had 4 or 5 weeks.
And he said he was at the factory every single week.
What? I'm getting updates on X that he's in fucking Miami and that he's in like who knows where else.
You didn't see that interview where the reporter called him out? The reporter was like, "Hey Lewis, before we get into it, how was Coachella?" And he was like, you could tell that it kind of pissed off Lewis a little bit because he was like, I mean, it was great. You know, I flew in from the factory just to see my friend Justin perform, and then I left right after and all this stuff. But you could tell that the reporter was like, you've been telling everyone that you didn't have that you didn't have a break, that you were at the factory every single week and on the simulator and all this other stuff. And I'm not trying to shit talk my guy, but like you can't say, oh, working harder than ever, and I'm in the factory and I'm on the simulator and he's posting all these videos of him doing push-ups where he's like, the grind doesn't stop, like I'm working extra hard for this and all this stuff, and then this shit happens, bro. Like it's like if someone's like, yeah, dude, I'm hitting the gym every day, I'm getting my protein goals, all this shit, and then you see them and they look like a limp noodle. You're like, shut the fuck up, man. Like,
yeah.
And it's hard, man. I love you, Lewis. I do, bro. But it's getting hard to defend you. Like, what happened? I need to know what happened, for real. I need to know what happened. Did he and Kim fuck last night? So he had no libido left for, you know what I mean? Energy left for fucking work? Or like, what's going on, dude? Is it something going on at home? I don't fucking know, man. Because it's very clear that whenever he gets down on himself up here, it's been showing for the last 3 years. He didn't believe in himself, you know. So I'm just wondering if it's a little bit of that shit too.
I think like it's just gonna get harder and harder to defend him. I don't see him coming back.
It's our year. It's our year. It's our year.
I don't see him coming back.
It's our year, Lewis. It's our year.
No, hell
Fuck
no.
This guy.
Hell
it's our year,
Hell
Lewis.
no.
It's our
hell. That boy is
Don't let this mop head motherfucker
6.
looking ass boy over here.
He's gonna end up 6 in the championship, and you're gonna be like, bro, I don't know I don't know what to think. Like the GOAT, like
Lewis, what? Number 1, boy. This is gonna be Lewis, dude. On his car again. Watch.
He's gonna be like this in his coffin.
No,
that's what it's gonna be like.
He's gonna sign the damn camera again. I want all that aura back.
Career dead. Yeah. Career dead. That's what it is.
You're a hater, but let's move on. Let's move on though, because I want to talk about something specifically. When I was telling you about Kimmy, like actually surprised, like impressing me. I know that he's already better than Lando as a driver, but he still makes those like young kid mistakes. Even with
the car saving his ass. The car saving his ass.
It is saving him, but at the same time, he was struggling with the gearbox. Like when Lando was on his ass the whole time at the end there, he was struggling not only with it. He said that his tires were gone. He said, my rears are gone. Like I'm just sliding around back here. And he had complained about the gearbox. He's like, my downshifts are, or was it downshifts. He's like, these downshifts, they're not working. Like something's going on with my gearbox. And they were like, yes, we see that, you know, just try to manage, keep your head down or whatever. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Even with all the shit that was happening and having the reigning champion right behind you, that wouldn't have meant shit to me because it's Lando, and I don't really think very highly of him anyways. But for someone who's like 19 years old, Lando just won the championship before. That's intimidating regardless, you know? So it's like, I think he needs to get his flowers for that. And he's matching, who's he matching right now? He's matching Shoemaker and...
What? You get that name right when you speak that name.
I knew that was going to get you.
I don't want to call him Luisa.
Schumacher. Whatever. He matched him, right? And Senna with that 3-peat. I mean, I know that a lot of that is the car, man, but I don't think you put Lando or fucking Stroll in there or Lawson in there and they would match a 3-peat right away. I don't think so.
I will bank Lando, but not the other two. Lando will.
Fuck. No.
Lando
will
get
get
that.
Lando would get pole and then end up losing it in the first lap, like fucking always. Russell should be worried. Russell should be worried.
George needs to worry. George needs to worry now.
Mhm.
Not in 2 more races. He needs to worry now. And we called that shit. We called it. And we got all these like dislikes and shit when people were
I
like,
know.
No,
I can't wait for them to see this shit.
Mercedes is the best constructors. They're not going to back to anybody. No.
I can't wait for I can't wait for you motherfuckers to see this now because they were hating bad.
He needs to worry now because he's got that momentum behind him, and he's also Toto's boy, and he's younger. So, like, longer. It's Lewis repeating at Mercedes. Basically, yeah.
It really is. Like, if Kimi wins the championship, it is literally history repeating itself.
Well, actually, it's even better
That's
history
crazy.
because he broke another record today.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like, but we do have to say that a lot of it has to do with the car, and George does need to worry. And we called this out 2 Grand Prix ago. We were like, George needs to start worrying.
Which kind of sucks. I mean, I'm rooting for Kimi. Like, if Lewis isn't going to win it and Charles ain't going to win it, I wouldn't mind if Kimi won it. I really wouldn't. But it kind of sucks that George wouldn't win it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I want George to win it,
George.
but
I like George, and I want George to be a champion, and I think he's got it in him. But
the reason why I want George to be a champion?
Why is he? This is what I want to know: is how does this happen, right? Because George was doing better than Kimi, just like how Lewis was out. Didn't Lewis out qualify Charles already? Also in the past,
yeah.
So it's like they were at the very least right here with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And where's George? Like, what happened?
I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm going to feed the conspiracies. Mercedes realized that their boy that they brought from Formula 3, who they're banking on for their future, is just about as good as George. And they decided, let's start putting a little bit more interest into Kimi.
Let's take more of Kimi's suggestions on how to make the car better for him versus whatever George says.
So George needs to start worrying, and he needs to start worrying quick. The only reason why I want George to win a championship is because my boy did his work at Williams when Williams was last, and he didn't fucking quit, and he even got them some points when they shouldn't have gotten any points. Like,
it's the butterfly effect. George was Alex Albon before Alex Albon got there.
Yeah.
He helped a lot with that program.
Yeah, he did. So that's the only reason why I'm like, I wish George wins one. But to me, it's all the same. If George wins or Kimi wins, to me, it's all the same, to be honest with you.
To me, it's the same, but I'd be happy if either of them took it. But it would just hurt a little more if George didn't, because part of me is like, you've earned it. You know, you've been here. You beat your 7-time world champion teammate time and time again for a couple years. Like, George has gotten crazy better since he went to Mercedes. And
I think he was better. I think he was better when. I think honestly, my point of view is Mercedes took too long to put George
to prioritize him
in that car. I think that George, during the COVID era, that's when that race that he loses, the one race he had with Mercedes that he was gonna win, but the pit fucked him over. Like, that was when they should have been like, dude, we need him next year. We need to get rid of Valtteri now to get George, because they were in. That was his first time driving a car that didn't have the seat for him. He had to
squeeze in
Lewis's seat, squeeze in,
and that's a big difference.
And he was out in front of Valtteri, who had been driving that car the whole year,
the whole time.
So that's when Mercedes should have jumped on it and been like, hey, we need you now. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a long championship. McLaren's making it interesting. Ferrari needs to keep working. Red Bull's going to start to make it even more interesting once they start developing that car more. But right now, Mercedes saved Kimi. I mean, they saved him with the strategy, and that's why they got him back up in front.
Mm-hmm.
Props to him in the race that he had.
Props to him and his team, man. That's the thing is Mercedes. That is what Ferrari is missing.
Yeah.
A team that prioritizes like that. I mean, they always make the shittiest calls all the time, and instead of changing that part of the team, they keep thinking, oh, it's Fred, or oh, it's Lewis, or oh, it's Charles, or oh, it's the car. Like, maybe it's the pit stops, maybe it's general management up in higher than Fred, maybe it's all that shit that needs to change, man. But I wanted to also
know. It just might.
I also wanted to talk about somebody that was promising at the beginning and then just had a steep random ass fall off.
Lindblad? Is that Lindblad?
What happened? Where are you? What? Like, why are you P14 and shit? You were up there in P3, P4, P6.
That one, I honestly have no words. I don't know what the hell's going on there.
Is it the car? Is like, did they change something and it just fucked his driving style because they're prioritizing Lawson, or like?
I think they would be wrong to prioritize Lawson.
I know, but there's been a lot of wrong prioritizing other drivers.
Max, I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss with Lindblad, to be honest. I have no words. Like, I see it and I just see him tumbling down places, and then I see him like racing Cadillac, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
what are you doing? And also, great segue, Cadillac.
Yeah.
Finishing everything, finishing not last.
Finishing not last, finishing all the races, no DNFs.
No DNFs.
And they actually got a little bit of racing in this Grand Prix. So, like...
Alonso and Perez were going at it for a minute, back and forth.
You
and
know.
Valtteri, I don't know what happened to him today. There wasn't a whole lot. It was pretty much Stroll behind him the whole time. And, like, he was heavily behind Perez in time. In positions, no, but like there was like a 20. I think they were at one point. It was Perez, Alonso, and their time added up was like 26 or 27 seconds till Valtteri. So I was like,
yeah,
what happened there? But maybe it was strategy or something. I don't know. But I'm impressed with Cadillac still. They're doing.
I don't think that
great.
Like, yeah, they're doing
for their
great.
first from scratch team.
I don't think that I think Cadillac is gonna always have one car pushing, and they're gonna have one car for data because they need the data. Like, they need to know what the car does in this setup in all three tires, because they ran all three tires.
Yeah,
they ran softs, they ran mediums, and they ran hards, and they ran them all with Valtteri.
Yeah.
So I know that at some point in the race, they were like, okay, let's start to get some data.
At some point they were like, everyone that we could have fought with got DNF'd by now. Aston Martin's just collecting data for sure. They're worse than Cadillac is, to be honest with you, around.
I don't really look too harshly into Valtteri and the positions that he's been in, because it's all data driven right now for Cadillac. It's all data driven. Yeah, I love the fact that Checo's like P15 at some points in the race, P14 at some point in the race. He's getting a little bit of like a fight and everything, because that's going to keep him hungry, and that's going to make him even more like want to help Cadillac to grow even more. But I think Valtteri is a great driver, but I think right now he's their data guy. Like, yeah. That's what I think it is.
And that's a struggle that I have, because I'm thinking about the future, right? And the reason it's a struggle is because I want both of them to be number one driver, because I think both of them are teammate of the century. Both of them are, they're up there for first and second place. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like both of them deserve a winning seat and let them go at it. But we know that's not exactly how this game goes in F1, almost never. So it's like
6 years down the road. Yeah. Like, they won't be there by the time Cadillac's competitive if they continue at the pace that they are right now. If for some reason, like, at the end of the year, they're fighting for 10s, 11s, you know, and then next year, yeah, they're going to be fighting for like 7s and 8s.
Yeah.
Then maybe
maybe
they'll
fifths.
start to get into some points, because we both know that they can drive. Valtteri can drive a shit Williams into the points, and Checo could drive a shit racing point into a win.
Into a win, yeah.
You know, so like we know they're capable of driving shit boxes into better positions that they like. But I know for a fact also, like, now that we talked about Aston Martin, Alonso's just looking further and further to the door. He's getting closer and closer to the exit.
I agree. I don't think that Alonso was. I mean, maybe the first, I guess, this last time that he came back to the sport, maybe he was still like, you know what, I think I got another championship in me. But for some reason, the way that he's moving, the way that his interviews are, the way that everything's going, I'm just like, okay, I don't think you have the love for it, not the skill. Alonso's Alonso.
No,
as soon as he decides he wants to be a champion again and gets that fire, that real fire under him. But I think that even he knows, like, okay, this is a paycheck now, and I'm helping this team get better if I can. But I think he's pretty much out the door, unless next year somehow Adrian Newey and all of those dudes find out how to fix this car.
Well, the thing is like, out of the 22 drivers, I think it's 16 or 18 of them, their contracts are up this year, 2026.
Yeah.
And it's like,
that's going to be interesting to see at the end.
Silly season's going to be really silly.
That
really
scramble
silly.
is going to be crazy.
You know, so like, wait till mid-season when the rumors start and everything. But I have a feeling that if Alonso doesn't come back, he's not coming back at all. Like, this will be
like
his
if they
last
don't sign him?
If they don't sign him, he will not be at another team. I do believe, though, like, I am going to go out there and be bold about it. But I do think that if you put all these champion guys, Max, Lewis, Lando now that he's won one, and Fernando, and you put them all four in the same car, I have a feeling Fernando's the better driver. For me, Fernando's the better driver. He's just had shit luck with the teams that he's been in. You put him in that Mercedes that Lewis had, he would have the same amount of championships. Easy.
I don't doubt that he would have had the same amount. Because those cars were so dominant, right? He probably would be a 7-time also.
Yeah.
He probably would be.
He just has shit luck moving teams.
I just fully believe, especially when Lewis was like rookie, you know what I mean? Like fresh. You're a rookie and you lose by 1 point. I don't think that they prioritize rookies that fucking quick. Even Kimi had last season of not being the priority. You know what I mean? Like,
but they didn't have the dominant car that season. Lewis had the dominant car the first season. As soon as he went into Mercedes, boom. New regulations, and Mercedes got it right.
No. I'm talking when he was with Alonso at McLaren.
Do you want me to pull out 2016?
What's 2016?
Rosberg.
We're not right now. We were discussing Alonso and Lewis.
You're trying to make it a point.
No, you said.
You're trying to make it a point.
You said
he won.
No,
but they tied in points.
He won.
They tied in points.
So they said, "Well, let's give it to Lewis because Fernando's a problem." No. I think that you don't understand that. Regardless of the fact that he's British, I think the fact that he's black came first to everybody in this sport. I think they would have given it to a damn any other nationality that they wouldn't want to give it to over Lewis.
Formula One is a straight British sport. It might be a world sport, but it's all British. Like, where are all the teams based at? Even if they're not British teams.
All of them? They're not all in the UK.
There's only 2 teams that aren't in the UK.
Right, so not all.
Why would they? Exactly.
Look,
like, it's
you said all. You said all. All means all.
All right. Well, whatever. 90% of the teams are based in Britain.
but going back to the shit that we were talking about, right? You said if you put Alonso, Lewis, who else did you say?
Max and Lando.
Max and
Lando. Champions. Max and Lando. The champions that are on the grid right now.
Yeah.
Alonso's a better driver.
I think it would depend on which car you put them all in. If you put them all in the Red Bull, I think Max would win. Because that's his car.
Put them all
You
in Lewis's Mercedes.
You put them all in the Mercedes. I don't think Max and Lando have a shot.
No,
but with Alonso, this is why I'm saying.
The reason why I'm saying to put them in the Mercedes is because Max was the guy that said, "If you put me in his car, I'll be faster than him anyways."
Yeah.
So I'm like, put them all in the Mercedes.
The only people I would even consider for this type of an argument with Lewis, I wouldn't even there's definitely people in this sport that got screwed over, because I know for a fact that Alonso is right up there with Lewis in driving ability.
Oh yeah.
Right? I know that he's up there. I still think Lewis is better, but I think that anyone can have a bad day, and if Lewis happened to have a bad day, Alonso would capitalize on it like that. You know what I mean? And another one would be Senna with Lewis. But I don't think and this is going to fucking ruffle some feathers, including yours, but I don't think that Shu is as great as Alonso or Senna or Lewis. I would put him.
You're right. I think he's greater.
No, shut the fuck up.
You're definitely right about that.
No.
Thank you.
I would, and no disrespect
that.
to him or his family or nothing. Like, whatever he's accomplished, awesome. But watching the races that I've watched with him, that fucker was just dirty. He was dirty through and through, dude. Like, Lewis wins with class. Imagine if Lewis was as dirty as that motherfucker. Lewis would have won 12 by now.
I don't think Lewis could hang in that era, to be honest with you.
I don't think.
Because he's too nice.
No. I don't think. Let's say they even allowed him in that era, first of all. Okay, let's be realistic. If they had allowed that to happen where he was in there, you have to remember that this side of racism, which you've been on, you've experienced.
Yes.
It's like the speech that Denzel gave in Remember the Titans, or even what's his name in Selena, right?
Abraham.
We got to be more Mexican than the Mexicans, and we have to be more American than the Americans. And with Lewis, it's the same way. The shit that Schumacher was doing to win would never have been allowed if Lewis did it. It wouldn't.
You might have a point there. It
wouldn't. They would have been like, get this off the damn, get him out of here. We don't want him here. Every single person would have freaked the fuck out. Yeah. Especially if he would have crashed into one of their babies like Schumacher. If he would have took Schumacher out to win, or whatever, or to just make Schumacher not win, like he's done before with other people. Or even Max. How many times has Max dove bomb into somebody and fucking Crash Verstappen? That was his damn nickname.
Crashstappen, yeah.
Crashstappen. But if Lewis did that,
never get to see that. But I think that
I would love. It's different now, though. I would have loved to see it when they all still had that. Like when Alonso was doing this shit on top of the car.
Put them all in their prime, yeah.
Yeah, put them all at like 25 or whatever each one of their prime was, because I'm sure some of them hit it sooner than others. But put them all in their prime. Their absolute like stats was like, this was the year that I was the absolute best ever. That would be a fun race. And none of this bullshit with the hybrids. Like straight engine, gears,
straight
and
V8s.
Straight engine, gears,
V8s
and driving.
And an H gear.
And driving. No.
You know who's going to have the disadvantage there, right? Max and Lando, because they've never driven that.
Yeah. Like no DRS, none of that shit. Just straight up, if you want to fucking pass somebody, it's the old school drafting, like without DRS, without none of that other shit.
All right, we've gone off topic for a long time now, but anyway.
To summarize here what we've discussed so far, Miami fucking sucked. It went back to last season's Miami. Boring as shit. You only had fun at the beginning, and at the end, you might have had fun if you were a Max fan. Me personally, I wanted to run my fucking head through the TV when Charles spun out. I was pissed. I was fucking pissed. Cause
I went back and saw it 3 different times, and that's where I caught that the Macarena wing didn't come on when it should have, and that's the reason why he got like really pressured into like not having I think it was George pass him. And then that's why he loses control over it, and then just slightly hits the wall and messes up his suspension, so he can't turn the car anymore.
I know, but I was crashing out, man. I was like, I was glad I wasn't at my house because I was so pissed when that. The last turn, you're right there. Fucking crawl to the finish, you know? Oh my god, man.
That's what he did. That's why he got 20 seconds because he crawled to the finish.
I know, but shit, man. At least he finished P9. Otherwise, it would have been a DNF, you know? But still, like...
It's basically a DNF, bro.
I mean, for...
One point.
Yeah. Hey, a point's a point. But what did you see... Because I tried to rewind and go to the different POVs and everything. But when Charles when Charles and George have that little... touch.
He hits a tire.
Yeah, where they actually collide a little bit. I saw later that George was like about to cross the finish line, and it looked like his, I guess what would be in a normal car, passenger side seemed like it was like there were sparks flying through that side of the car.
That didn't happen with Leclerc though. That happened with Max.
Way before.
Way before, yeah. When he got ahead of Max, he came into the draft, and when he pulled out, he hit it. He hit his front wing on Max's tire.
Oh, that's right.
And
that's why Max
broke off.
So that's why Max was saying, "I think he just hit my tire."
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's how it broke off.
It all happened.
That cost him a lot of time too.
It all happened so fast at the end that I was like, who hit his tire? And then I saw George's shit leading sideways, and I was like, I didn't put it together.
Yeah.
But I was wondering when that happened.
Yeah, I went back to see that too, because I was like, when did that happen? Because out of nowhere, I just saw that he starts to spark, and I was like, what the fuck? But I went back and I caught that. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Miami sucked. The regulations going backwards made it boring. Maybe it's just the track. Maybe it's the reason why a lot of the drivers are like, oh, yeah, I don't like this track. George doesn't like the track, but I'm not going to say that that's the reason why he sucked today.
Yeah.
He's clearly got some issues and needs to start fucking worrying.
Yeah, he has to get his head out of his ass and quick yesterday.
Yeah.
But I agree. I used to like the Miami race, but now I think it's kind of like Monaco now. It's more of a business venture that makes sense for F1 to be there than a race, a good track.
It's not a good track. Yeah.
No, it's not a good track, and I think, like I said, it's more for business than anything nowadays. Miami, anyway, specifically, that's not for the drivers, and it ain't for the fans. It's for all the celebrities that go and watch it in Miami, or the fans of the celebrities that go there to meet celebrities. Hopefully. Yeah. So I think Miami needs to just be canceled, and I never thought I'd say this because I like Monaco, but I think Monaco needs to go too. The cars are way too fucking big. That race is gonna suck this season, even if they started how they started the season, where you could do whatever with your battery and all that stuff. Like, even then, I don't know that it would be an exciting race to watch. That's just a flash of money.
Monaco hasn't. The exciting thing in Monaco is quali. It's not really the race. It hasn't been the race for a long, long time.
Yeah, quali is the most exciting because you actually get to see them haul ass through there versus a DRS trying like 2 years ago.
But anyway, if any of you guys out there that watch the video, that watch the shorts, disagree, agree, write us a comment. We like to debate. And
I really like to debate. Most of the time it's me, so.
If you hated Miami, just say Miami sucks, because it did. It sucked. Anyway, thanks for watching, and give us a like, a follow, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
All right. Peace out.